What is up, you guys? We are back for another episode on Taking Shots. I'm your host, V.
I'm your host, Luis.
And I'm your other host, Angel. And today, guys, we have. First to start off, we hit 100 subscribers. I know we said last time we were going to do the giveaway this time, but we're having some trouble trying to figure out who is in it and who's not. But for next one, we'll do it for sure just so we have more time, you know?
Yeah. We just got to see exactly how to put it in. We'll go live before we
Life is
shoot
just
the next
living.
episode.
Lifing. What? Never mind.
Look-
Cancel me. Cancel me.
No, pues va.
Ya no pueda.
Yes, I feel But guys, today we have a mermaid lemon drop.
You're right.
Mermaid lemon
It's a
drop.
lemon drop, I think.
Yeah, lemon drop. We've never tried this. What is it? What is this?
Midori.
Midori. It's a
Melon liqueur.
Japanese melon. It's melon liqueur infused with Japanese melon.
I like the bottle. It looks
What?
bougie.
Yeah, we saw it and we're like, oh, you know what, we're
It's
gonna give it.
chica.
Yeah, we're gonna try it. So we're gonna take a shot of this real quick, guys, and it's not that bad.
I promise I'm not going to freaking
Throw up.
again, guys.
Get fell.
I had
All right,
people giving me
guys.
shit for that.
Cheers.
Breathing exercise.
This is not that bad.
Ugh.
Just a little sweet. No, it's actually not that bad.
It's not that bad. I just think it low-key reminds you of like when you take medicine, you know? Like
I'm telling you, it's straight up. It does taste a little like medicine. You know?
yeah.
Mm-mm.
But
It's
you can
drinkable.
definitely tell.
Mm-mm.
Se va a vomitar
What?
otra vez. Oh my god.
Oh,
No,
No.
I definitely. No.
No, ya no puede vivir.
well, it's got a little bit of a
Me quedé con
alcoholic taste.
el pensamiento del jarabe because I was always like, because you
Mm.
said, well,
Okay.
somebody,
That Luis
no, it's
said,
because
yeah.
somebody said Jolly Rancher, like the green Jolly Rancher. I was like,
You
okay,
said it.
yeah.
I said it.
Oh, you? I thought it was Vivi. Oh,
No, and then I was like,
No, I said it smells like a Jolly Rancher.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it tastes like jarabe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Kinda
it's
tasted
aight.
it
It's
like
aight.
that.
It's aight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Luis.
All right, guys. So there's a lot of videos there's one video actually. I lied. There's a video that started going a little like viral right now. If you guys know this influencers called These Foos,
I no.
no? So it's like a group of like a bunch of like Mexican guys. There's like more than 5. I don't know exactly how much there is. I barely started watching them, but yeah, it's more than 5 of them that are like they do like a whole YouTube vlogs or whatever.
Yeah.
And they got interviewed by Bradley Martin. You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Mamado.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I want to be like him when I grow. Anyways, they did an interview with each other, or Bradley Martin interviewed them, and they got a lot of shit because they said that it was hard working as an influencer than working a job at 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it sparked up a lot of controversy going a lot online right now. And what do you guys' take on that? You
So,
guys
like-
think it's valid or
So so you're saying that if the controversy was them saying that being an influencer was harder than working a 9 to 5?
yeah?
Okay.
And we're not that big of an influencer,
Yeah.
but we put in some work, so we
Yeah.
kind of know. And then
So-
we work kind of
Yeah.
9
So
to 5. So.
I
I don't work a 9 to 5.
Sorry,
damn.
man.
Sorry. guys, I'm sorry. Bro.
I'm sorry.
No.
I was looking at Angel.
I work
okay?
more of like a 4 to 12.
No, I think
stripper.
there's. Damn.
No, I'm kidding. That's
I'm
more
I'm
like
gonna fuck you up.
that's
bro.
more like what? At 6 to 2 in the morning.
To
Quién
like
sabe,
fucking
this Sunday
8
late.
a.m.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Anyways, so there's obviously we're not like full blown influencers. I would say like if when I think of an influencer, I think they do that as like a full time job, like content creators type deal.
Yeah.
I can see why people would say them would say that it's harder to be an influencer because if you think about it, you're always having to create. You always have to come up with ideas because if you don't come up with ideas, you're not gonna what are you gonna get paid for? Like that's what you're
like the
doing.
content,
That's your
yeah.
job. Like your content is your work,
Yeah.
and without you putting out content, you don't get paid.
Mhm.
So I can see kind of where like they say like if you got to do somewhere like you got to travel for work to collaborate with somebody and then drive back or whatever it may be, I can kind of see it. But like at the same time, I don't think that like being an influencer, especially when you have all that money being brought in as an influencer, like if you're that high of a like status or a higher known, I don't think that it would be harder than a 95.
So you think 9 to 5 is for sure harder?
I would say a 9 to 5 is harder just because like you're doing hard labor, you know.
It depends what 9 to 5 job
That
is.
and that's
And
and that
and well, you're also like a it's like kind of hard because a 9 to 5, like as an influencer, like when you're bringing so much money in, like you're kind of free to do what you want, you know, like if you want to create content, then you create it. If you don't, then that's kind of your problem because then you're not going to be bringing in so much money. But when you're working a 9 to 5 job, you're working for somebody else type of thing, you know, like
the
you have more of a consistency that you have to, you know, like labor, like you have to freaking work harder, you know. So I don't know.
what do you think, Luis?
Okay, my take's gonna be a little bit different.
Mhm.
It depends what kind of job you're doing. I would say,
I was yeah
because I've seen 9 to 5 jobs that are fucking easy. Like I worked in a gas station before.
yeah.
That I mean, technically, cohesive that was 9 to 5. It was 3 to 11, but
But it's
you
like a
know,
9 to 5,
it
you
was
know. It's
super
like a
easy.
yeah.
All I was doing was chilling, checking out people, and maybe a little bullshit here and there, and just cleaning at the end. But that
Yeah.
was it. There was not too much you do, and I feel like those are like super easy, and there's a reason that those are kind of like low paying jobs.
Well,
But then I worked in jobs that are more like, well, the job that I have now is more, customer oriented, bullshit going on, and
so
okay, what's up?
I want to ask this: what would you classify it like a 9 to 5 job? Because I think
Corporate.
I think what we have is like a career. You know, like it's not a really like yes we could like a nine
It
to five type deal,
is,
but it's like
but
a
if
career.
people still consider it, let's say a 9 to 5,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
guess that would be true. But what would you consider
So
like a 9 to 5? Like,
that's what I'm saying. It depends. What I say, look, this is my take on it.
mhm,
So a 9 to 5 job is mostly something that you're not working. You're working under someone.
mhm.
That's why they put a time limit on you. So when you're working a 9 to 5 job, that's what I refer to.
Yeah,
It's
like you're
something
getting your
that
40 hours a week.
yeah, it's something like you're kind of guaranteed in a
Hmm.
way. Like it's job security and
Yeah,
everything, but you're still someone's still giving you orders overall.
hmm.
Yeah.
You're
That's
still
in
working at
reality.
yeah.
And I mean, that's why I'm saying it depends on the job there is. Because I mean, there's 9 to 5 jobs that are tough, like I
Yeah.
said. Uh, like I said, in our kind of field, it is a little bit sometimes stressful, a little bit like, hard, like,
Same.
even physically. But, um, and then if you think about it too, as an influencer, it does take work too.
Hmm.
In
Yeah.
reality, they make good money, but it takes a while to make good money.
Mhm.
Even like, let's say the biggest influencers now, Mr. Beast,
Hmm.
um just other people, they it took a while for them to build up. Like, there was freaking years or whatever that they took, time in order for them to build, the status that they have.
Yeah, I didn't happen
Later on,
overnight,
yeah, and
like
the
type
thing is
deal.
that they have influence overall, and they start getting,
there there's like no security
there's
basically,
no
like when you're
security.
an influencer, because yeah, it's true, like what you say, like you don't have that like 40 hours a
Mhm.
week, you
It's
know,
like
like
guaranteed,
secured,
like
yeah,
guaranteed.
guaranteed a week, you know. So I could see where that can be like harder as an influencer. But it's also like I feel being an influencer, you have all these managers, you have all these certain things when
Mhm.
you're really up there that
And I
it's
and I was gonna say too. Now that I think about it, like once you get to that height of a level that you're bringing in like money, I feel like you already have like a pretty decent following.
Mhm.
That no matter what you put out there, everybody's still gonna watch. You know
right,
what you're
It
putting out
depends.
there.
So
like
people
Shawty
fall
Bay.
out. It depends. So if people fall out, really,
But
and
is
like
that
people get canceled and stuff like that, people fall out. So that's why, like, you have to put in work.
Well,
but,
yeah,
You
but
but
have to
I
try.
mean, even if you get canceled, like, cause I've seen it, like, people will
people
still like it
Logan
doesn't
Paul's
matter.
gotten
Yeah,
canceled,
like
and look at him now. He has his own business. He todo.
Yeah,
look at
but
Shawty
that still
Bay.
takes work to do.
No,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying.
no.
People think like, okay, so people, the thing is, when they see an influencer, they see what
The good
the
life.
camera's recording,
Yeah.
and they see the good time. But in the still, after that camera cuts off, there's still work to do. It's not just that little camera that's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
showing that time.
Yeah.
They still have to. I mean, there's still YouTubers to this day that still record their own videos, like,
Edit their own
Yeah,
videos.
edit their
But
own videos,
but
and that
there's
still
also
takes work.
yeah.
And I mean, once you start making money, I mean, a lot of those people start,
Hire somebody.
hire people to do that
right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But in reality, I'm telling you, there is still work. You still have to be creative for it. Because like I said, you're your own boss. When I say there's an influencer, you're technically like an entrepreneur,
Hmm.
because it's
Yeah,
your own business.
Yeah.
Like your name is your own business.
Hmm.
And like I said, even as a business owner, you still have to put in work.
right.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
different type of work. And I mean, once you're up there, you make more money and it more looks more fun, and that's why I feel like people get mad. But I mean, like I said, there's a reason that a lot of people can do it. You just got to put in work for it,
Yeah.
But
and it
it's
takes
also too
time
like
to
when
get
you're
into that
up there,
status.
like when you are making that decent. I know it's like a, you know, you have to be creative in that situation where you do have to create more content and stuff. But when you're really up there, like how Angel says, like, and you're bringing in so much freaking money that, like, let's say you've never freaking seen in what, like 3-4 years of you in the making or whatever, you do have those people. Like, I know you have to be working every day, like to create and be creative or whatever. Pero también hay mucha gente when you're hiring them that they'll bring out those ideas so that it's more lighter for you to not be, you know.
I would say like maybe if like during the early stages of you being an influencer, I would say it would be definitely be harder because you're self dependent, you're
That's what I
self
mean, yeah.
efficient. You know, you got
You
to
don't
be
have enough funds
yes,
to
Yeah.
you
actually
have to be
outsource everything.
yeah. But I think once you get big, I think it gets easier because you
Right.
have the resources. You know, you
Yeah.
have the connections. You hire. You know, instead of you staying up till whatever time editing, now you hire somebody to edit for you. And instead
Yeah.
of you filming for yourself, you hire somebody to film for you.
Mhm.
And then, you know, now you have somebody that
Yeah,
films you and someone
yeah.
that
I think
edits for
that's
you.
true. It's
That's
more
it,
like
yeah.
what level of influencer
Influencer,
you
yeah.
are.
No, and that's kind of like what I was going based off of what you just said, you know,
Mhm.
like it is super hard, you know, just like anybody, like you're creating content, not everybody's going to be like liking your thing or
Yeah.
anything. It takes a while to grow, you know.
Yeah.
But when you're really up there, you have more of a source where you have managers, you have people like, okay, well, this meeting is going to be about this and this and this. And since you're the owner, like you have less weight on your back where you have it a little bit more easier in a
Yeah. It's
sense.
like
And it's
a
a little
lighter
funner.
workload.
Let's say it's a little funner work, and
Yeah.
that's what people see,
Yeah.
and that's why people get mad.
Yeah.
So, like I said, at the beginning, it's harder and everything. Later on, like I said, there might be more struggles and everything. But I mean, I'm telling you, even your favorite influencer and everything, I
They,
know for a fact they still put in
they for
work.
sure, they for sure
They
still
still
put
put
in
in
work.
Oh,
work,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
after hours. It just looks more
Mhm.
funner and everything.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's the same thing as owning a business.
Mhm.
You're gonna be working. There's no time to it. You
Yeah.
might work.
Well,
A fuck ton of time.
well, I would say it's all depending on what you know decided to put your time towards. You know,
Yeah.
if somebody that wanted to be an influencer, you know, went out there and did videos for 2-3 years, and then finally they blew up. Like
Mhm.
nobody sees, oh, this guy
The hard
worked. They
work,
worked.
yeah.
You know, he edited all his videos, whatever. You know, every single week, whatever it may be, daily. No one sees that. They only see
Mhm.
the boom. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they only see when you're at the top.
Yeah.
But
So
there is like, well, because I follow this one girl, and if you're a girl, you know, let's do makeup. I've literally seen her progress from when she literally was living in her freaking sister's room to like now her freaking blowing up and being this freaking great person. But
Mhm.
you do see the work because, you know, not every influencer is the same. Not everybody is doing something different, you know. But what I really like about her is that she really goes into depth and always says, like, you know what, like, don't let the life and the shit that I post like influence you guys to think that, you know, I didn't have to work hard for this, you know,
Mhm.
because we all obviously start from somewhere,
Yeah.
you know. And so I don't know, it's just like a
And
process.
also too, there's a lot of eyes on you, so you also
Yeah.
got to watch out. Like
What you're
every move you
doing,
do.
how you're
Yeah,
doing
that's
things,
Exactly.
what
true.
you're
You gotta be more
saying.
cautious and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. You got to be more cautious because, like, let's say you work a 9 to 5, you fuck up in that job, it's whatever.
Yeah,
But
because
like as an
nobody's
influencer,
really.
you fuck up,
You're like
and
in front
that
of
might be
millions,
the
millions,
end for you.
millions,
Yeah, that might
millions,
be the end for
thousands,
you.
you know,
That's
hundreds of
actually a really good
thousands.
point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because, like I
I guess
said,
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's that I can see the point where they were getting at,
Mhm.
like in you being an influencer being
yeah,
harder,
and
but
it's
and
for
it's
sure a different lifestyle too.
and it is, and it's also, and like there's a whole bunch of different things that it depends on like what is the 9 to 5 job that you're speaking of. You know, if it's like a gas station clerk, or is it like somebody that does like
Restaurants,
yeah,
construction.
something like that. Something when they're like you're like busy all the time,
Mhm.
you're rushing and you're like stressed out about work.
Me.
Or and then same thing with the influencer, like what level of influence, like what are they at right now? Like, do they have their own people to edit for them? Do they have their own team that they work with? It's just depending on a whole bunch of different things.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
you have to meet in the middle, like más o menos.
Yeah.
But
Dang, guys. Yeah.
anyways,
Talking about other subjects, there's some videos that I've been seeing on TikTok,
I think
and
TikTok should just fucking sponsor us at this point.
I know, right? Before they get canceled.
they get canceled. Yeah.
But anyways, I saw 2 videos in there, or in TikTok, One is basically a guy picking up a girl, like on the whip and everything, and then the girl starts recording at this
Mhm.
time. And I already showed you guys, but like giving a little talk. I might post it up in there, but like giving the context real quick. Basically, the girl's like they were like the guy was trying to take her out to Starbucks, and the girl was like, "Yo, like what, like what the fuck, I look this good and everything, and you're still gonna take me out of Starbucks? This ain't a real date. Like treat me better and everything.
I
Like I'm
hate
dressing
bitches.
this well for you." And Starbucks? Like really? So I
Like,
got two questions for you.
so she was making a commotion.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She was making a commotion
it
and
was,
everything, and the guy's like,
but
it's not really about the money and
well,
everything.
in the video, like, all right, Luis will put the video up,
Yeah, yeah.
and so you guys
And
can see.
and basically at
But
the end of the video, the
sh-
guy's like, it's
she
not the money or
no,
nothing.
she was like, oh, look at him, he's broke, like she was
Yeah, calling
calling
him
in like,
broke.
oh, yo, look at this guy, he's broke,
Yeah.
and then the guy that's when the guy was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take you home.
Hmm.
That's the video that we saw. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna take you home, and she's like, oh, you're gonna take me home looking like this.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like some. I feel like some girls feel like entitled, kind of, in a way. Like shit, these Starbucks say less, or strawberry refresher.
Mhm.
Say no more. And double smoked cheddar
Mm-hmm.
sandwich. Say no
Mhm.
more. Or the grilled cheese.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
I was like, I forgot what the
anyways,
fuck you talking about.
guys, sorry, I'm hungry right
The
now.
double smoked bacon.
My mouth is just watering.
I was a
Dude.
certified Starbucks barista before,
Shut
and I don't know about that because
up.
my store didn't have the sandwich menu. So I was like, what the
Damn.
fuck are you talking about?
I'm
No,
dead.
no, but no, I feel like some girls are
Entitled.
entitled, like even if it's as simple as you going out like to McDonald's or Chipotle here, whatever it may be. Like it doesn't have to be a fancy restaurant.
look,
Like,
Mhm.
I got two questions for you.
all right, let's see.
First one. Who do you guys think should pay for the date? Because I know that's like a big controversy nowadays.
Right.
You think it should be like, the girl 50-50, or one pays for whatever the fuck they got, the other pays for whatever the fuck they got, and,
Okay, so
or the guy.
okay, so are we talking about
A
like
date.
no, okay, so like you just met this person. Like
just
you're
met
the
this
first date is
person,
a first date.
date.
First date. Okay. So if say I asked the girl on a date, right? I would pay. Like, it's your first date, you're a guy, you asked her to come out with you. So you know what? I invited you. I'm gonna pay for it, right? There are some girls that are like, oh,
I'm gonna give you two scenarios, but okay. That's
they're-
that first
they're-
scenario. First
but-
scenario is that.
Let him
okay,
talk.
First date.
no, okay, but there are some girls that are like, oh, like I'll pay half, like they go out of their way and like offer that to like, you know what, like, oh, like I'll pay, we'll split it.
Mhm.
And it's just depending on obviously if they're entitled, like not entitled, but like how
How
if
you
they
are.
have kind of like I don't know if it'd be like a respect thing or like common
It's
courtesy.
kind of like, I think it's more of like a respect, common courtesy, like also like kind of how
They
you're
were-
raised, how you
yeah.
think
Yeah,
in
I
that
don't-
aspect.
Yeah, because some girls would be like, oh yeah, you should you should pay for me.
But
You know,
what
like,
do you think? What do you think? You're gonna be paying? that
yeah,
first date?
yeah, I would, because like I said, I'm the one that went out of my way and asked her.
Okay, and so for
Second
like
scenario.
wait, and so for like example, like how you said right now, if she would try to go out of her way to be like, oh well, let
Like,
me
oh,
pay
split.
half, like would you let her?
No,
Would you be like, no, like it's fine, like
I'd be like,
I
no,
want
no.
you to pay for it?
No, yeah,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no. I'd
okay,
be like,
okay.
no, you know what? Like, no, don't worry about it. Like, you got the next one, or
Or
whatever,
whatever
it may
it
be.
is,
You know,
whatever
like,
the
oh, like,
scenario
yeah,
is.
like, oh, you know what?
Depending how good the date was.
How the vibe is, how the vibe is, you pay and then you're like, oh no, like, oh, you got the next one, and that's kind of
Okay.
like your riz, like, oh, we're gonna have a second date. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
you know,
Give us
that's
a
that-
game.
that-
Angel, give us
that's
It's
what-
the
game.
game. It's the
no,
game.
you got the next one. She's like, okay, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then
The next one you're gonna
yeah,
let her pay then?
the next one, hey, but it's gonna be something light, like even if it's a Starbucks date,
Okay.
like he's something light.
Okay.
Okay, you
Okay,
take her,
no,
take
okay.
her out to like $100
I
dinner,
want,
and then she goes and gets you ice cream.
Okay.
Like it's fine.
I want Vivi to answer, and then I'm gonna put you another scenario.
All right.
All right.
Mm,
So the
So
first date, a guy's gonna hit you up, and he's like, "Oh,
Let's go out to dinner.
let's go out to dinner or whatever."
I mean,
Let me take you out.
obviously, yes. I'd be like, okay, yeah, of course, For me personally, I only speak for myself because every girl is different, of course. Me, I'm very easy. I'm very simple, So like, and I am like, I really am. Like, I wouldn't really mind. Like, even if you were to be like, oh, like, are you okay with this? Like me, I'm such a humble person that like, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Why? Porque lo que a mí, like for me personally, it's more of the thought that you It
No,
was
we're
more
talking
of
about
like,
we're talking more who's gonna pay. Ahorita we're gonna. That's the
Yeah,
second
yeah,
question.
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
who's gonna
Well,
pay?
Who's
I
paying?
mean, yeah, I mean, if he wants to pay, that's fine. But for me, like how Angel says, like I would be that type of bitch that would be like, oh, well, like let me help you pay, you know, or like why did you pay? Like I can
Mhm.
help you, you know,
Yeah.
like that. For me, that's how I am personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he wants to pay, well, tampoco me
Say,
voy a
yeah,
poner like
say no more.
I'm not gonna be fucking boxing him up, you know, and be like,
Yeah.
nah, like
I have
fuck
a,
you,
I have
like
a
I'm
little
gonna pay,
question
you
for
know.
you. Do you take money? So if it's your first date, do you take money?
I do. I
Okay,
always
just
carry
in case.
money.
Just in case.
I always
Mm.
carry money with me.
She's valid.
Why?
She's
Because
Valid.
no, not even
Valid,
that,
right?
pero porque like I feel like the way that I was raised is like nunca esperes like nada de nadie, you know? Like
Yeah.
don't expect just because like oh somebody's inviting you, like you never know, like maybe he doesn't have enough or whatever, you know? Like I always have that for just my own security purposes, not
Yeah.
because I'm saying like, oh, this man is broke or man, this man can't even pay for like my fucking cheeseburger or whatever. Like, no, like yo no soy así, but it's just me for my own security. I always have money just because you never fucking know, you know? Like, what if you fucking coming on the date and like estabas bien pinche nervioso that you forgot your fucking wallet? You know what I mean? Like, then what the fuck do we do? Dine and dash? Like,
That is, it's like gonna be Bonnie and Clyde all over
yeah,
again.
like literally. But I mean, for me, it's like if you're inviting me, well then yeah. But I would be that bitch that would be like, yo,
Like, let me help you out, you know? Yeah,
pay,
let me help
yeah.
you.
Mhm.
All right. What
All
about
right.
you?
No, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no,
What, no.
no, no, no. Go back to you.
No,
'Cause
but you haven't
I've
answered the
had-
initial question.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. You haven't answered the initial question.
All right, for me, I always pay.
Always pay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Even if she was like, oh, like let me
Nah.
like
No,
let me
yeah,
help you
that's
out, you
true.
know, like
I would
no.
get more mad, you know. To
No,
be
it's
honest,
true.
not gonna lie.
Damn.
I usually like to pay and everything, and
It's true.
you know.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah. Anyways, I had another question for you. Let's say you're 6 months in now.
Okay.
Are you still gonna?
Let me
you
see
know,
your card.
pay? Or she's
Let me
gonna
see
pay
your
or
card
what?
right now.
Hey, babe, the check. I got the check for you.
What's the last the 3 CVV fucking security code or whatever?
The checks here. Babe, I'm gonna go to the bathroom right quick. You know.
Yeah.
No, and then, well, no, I feel like more like okay, once you're into like a long term relationship type deal, I think you kind of have already a system to like what you guys are doing. You know,
How you
like
know each
yeah,
other.
you guys already kind of know each other, and you know, like oh, you know what, I'll pay this. Say like for example, we're gonna go to the movies, right? Okay, I'll pay for you pay
The
for you
tickets.
pay for the tickets, and then I'll pay for the
Snacks.
snacks. You know, like okay, yeah, we'll like half and half type deal. You know, like
Yeah.
yes, you pay for the tickets, I'll get you the popcorn and the drink and the candies to get us. You know,
Some straw punch straws.
yeah,
Ah.
look at us. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
kind of split it up a little bit. You know,
Okay.
Mhm.
and that's just me personally. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? Pero
What about you,
Michas,
Vivi?
michas.
6 months in your relationship with that
Long-term
person.
relationship.
Honestly, like I'm the same, you know, pero pues cada quien es diferente. Like I know that there's men who will completely be like, you know what, babe, like I don't want you to pay for anything. Like I will not let you touch a bill whatsoever, you know?
Yeah.
But for me, like how Angel says, like I would be that type of person, like, oh, like we're going on a date like 6 months in, I'd be like, okay, at that point, like I know who you are, you know who I am, like
Yeah. And
whatever the scenario is.
yeah, and I think too, like up until that point, like if we're saying like 6 months, I feel like when you're a guy, you're going out with somebody for 6 months already, you've been paying for like casi almost every day, like
Mhm.
because you want to pay, and then like yeah, I will admit, like yeah, every now and then it is nice to get treated, like
Yeah.
it is nice, what, like oh, she's gonna pay for me, like what, like say less, like
And that's kind yeah, and that
Pero
I'm actually really glad that you brought that up.
Esto es cuando like she makes a big deal of it, like oh my god, you always pay, like once she starts like arguing about it, then like okay, you know what, like I don't
Let me
have to,
have her pay
I
for
don't
it.
have to always pay,
Yeah.
like it
No,
is
and
nice.
that's actually a really good point, because for me, like for like you said, like 6 months in, like I'd be like, damn, like this man has literally not let me touch a bill. He literally has not let me pay for anything, not like even the slightest thing, like
For
a
6
freaking
months.
candy bar for 6 months. I'd be like, no, you know what? Like, let me pay. Like, let me take this over. Why? Because I'd be like, you've been fucking spoiling me. Like, let me, like, even if it's just the slightest thing, like how you said, like going to the movies, like, okay,
Or even like
or-
ice cream, like I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
even the
okay,
small
like-
Starbucks, like I
and
said,
like,
the smallest
por
thing.
ejemplo, like how Angel says, like you'd be like, oh no, babe, like it's fine, like let me pay. Like no, babe, like you've been paying for 6 months, or like let's say me invita a las movies como él dijo, like okay, well I don't want you to pay for everything, but I'll pay for the tickets and you pay for the snacks. I would 100% be okay with that, like 100%. Why? Because I'd be like, fuck, like you've been fucking treating me for fucking 6 months. You've been fucking spoiling me. You've been taking me out to, I don't know, like maybe an expensive date or maybe even McDonald's or
matter what it
Starbucks or
is.
whatever it is. I'd be like, fuck, like if you're already doing this for me, like why wouldn't I want to do the same back to you. Like it's like a kind of gesture thing that I would personally do. But that's just me.
What do you think, Luis? I think yeah.
Okay,
He's
I'm
like,
gonna go a little deeper now.
He's
I'm
like,
gonna go a
yo
little
pago por
deeper
todo,
now.
yo pago por todo.
I think Luis would be the type of guy that like, you know what? Ponlo en el pinche credit card. Like I say,
Like for me, look, my idea is for me if I'm like let's say inviting a girl out on the first date or whatever.
Or when I say
The reason I pay like overall is for me to let her know like, hey, if I'm inviting you out, if I want to take you out and everything, I don't want you to worry about money or anything. I want you to just concentrate on me and you.
come and have a good time.
Come having a good time and this and that.
Yeah.
And like you said, later on, let's say
6
I'm
months.
6 months in and everything. Like I said, I still want to be the main person providing.
Yeah.
So I still do want to be paying out the other things. Like I said, how you said, I think the rest really is good. Like, if we go out, like, let's say on a date or whatever, I paid for, let's say, an event that we did or whatever, and then like food. And then later on, we're like, oh, okay, let's go get ice cream at night. And she wants to pay for the ice cream.
Like something small.
10,
like,
15, $20
yeah,
bucks.
high
I'm
stuff.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And I really like, that's what I don't mind or whatever. But for me, the main bills and everything, I still want to provide for.
Because that's like I see también, that's how I am. It's like you want to take charge of like the bigger amount.
Yeah.
Like if you go out to dinner, like we were saying, like $100, $100 dinner, whatever. You had steaks, like I said, drinks, $150. You know what? I'll pay for it. After she wants to get ice cream, okay, yeah. And then she's like, oh, like I'll pay. I'll be like, that's fine. It like even, it kind of like evens out. I see.
Yeah.
And then I want to do another take. For me, I think if you're, let's say, trying to take a girl on a date and you barely have anything or anything like that, you shouldn't be worrying about trying to be on a date or whatever if you don't got it like that, or I think the reality. Look, and I'll tell you this.
I got a scenario.
I'm gonna need you to rephrase that
I'm
for
gonna tell
me
you this because
we better square up.
Even when I was like in high school and everything, I remember tenía pegue and this and that, but I didn't want to like date and everything because I was like, yo, I don't really have money. Like I don't have my money to like take a girl out on a date or whatever. I don't have a car. For me, I wanted to have all that to like but not be struggling overall.
Right.
I mean, I know that she might be thinking right now, when there's love, and stuff like that. And there's girls that are gonna stick around when there's like broke guy or whatever. But on reality, as a guy, you should really prioritize, building yourself up as a guy before you're thinking about like, dating or whatever.
All right, so look,
let
me give you something. Let me give you something that I did.
He's cooking.
Like, that I did. I see.
Go ahead.
Like
Go ahead.
I was in this scenario.
Say with your chest.
I am. That's what I'm gonna say. What do you mean? All right, look. So when I first met Des, look at that, like
Who's Des?
no, look, I went.
Yeah, you
look,
deep dropping
look,
in the pot.
Look, I went. We went to Topgolf, and I think it was obviously we get for at least we used to get paid every 2 weeks. So it was like the week that we did not get paid, So I was already like, damn, I'm already like poor, but whatever. Went to Denver. Went to Topgolf, and then I had my credit card. But at the time, I was like getting paid hourly, so I was like making más o menos like you know how it was hourly. No, it was not. No, it was like paycheck to paycheck type deal, And whatever, went out there, took her out, and then I was like, oh, whatever. We ordered food, y todo, and I had one credit card because up until that point, I only had one credit card, and the limit was like, we'll say 2,000. It was like $250 from being maxed out. Casi. We went out. The bill, $230.
Oh.
And I was like,
if I decline,
no,
you're like,
look, my debit card, nothing. My debit card, I didn't have anything in my debit, like in my bank account. I was like, dude, I have to use my credit card.
Yeah.
I used my credit card, whatever, and I was like, dude, I hope that it goes through because I hope it goes through because like, dude, that's like my last $250 that I have. And then todavía, I still had to get gas to come back home. To come back. And I was like, dude, I really hope that I have like a sliver of like for gas money, like to come back. I came back. I didn't need nothing, pero when I came back, puros pinche sandwiches, literally got a like stuff to make like sandwiches, like just bread, cheese, and turkey. Yeah. Yes, todo. Like $20, and I was like, dude, I gotta make this last for the whole week until I get paid. Aww. But now it's like obviously we make different, money.
Different
We're different we're
At a different stage
yeah,
where you're
and we
making.
were
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
now we're chilling right now.
Yeah.
But back then I was like the struggle was real, bro. Like me,
Yeah.
I'm bad. I was bad with money management. And that's another thing too. Is like if like how Luis says, like if someone's bad with like money management and they don't got it like that, like yes, like
Well, it's the same
don't
thing.
be
Not even dates, but it's like, why are you going
general.
going
out?
out like when
Why are you
you
going
should be
out when you're
prioritizing like
prioritizing how to
so,
make more money instead of like
yeah
it's the
Right.
yeah
same thing, you know?
yeah.
What's your take now, Vivi? Because you're like,
But
let me hold you on that.
Wait, like on my take on one. Sorry, es que ando poquito peda. Like I'm not even gonna
Oh
lie.
my god.
so Luis, so
Dude, I have not even ate nothing.
we
Like
none of us have.
Have we?
fuck.
Have we?
Okay, so like repeat it again. Sorry. Like, what's my take on what?
Well, you were the one that was like,
I'm the
oh,
worst.
let me stop you on that. Didn't you say that? When I was saying about like,
She
you
doesn't
shouldn't
remember.
be. Because I said, I was like, I triggered you. Because I was like, hey, I was like, if you're basically, I was like, you shouldn't be going on a date if you don't got
if you don't
money.
got
Okay.
if you don't got it like
No,
that.
yeah,
As a guy,
and
as a
eso,
guy.
like, and well, I mean, even as a girl too, like, en eso estoy de acuerdo porque, like, como, like, my mom always tells me this, like, si tú no tienes para salir, like, if you don't have anything to go out, why are you even fucking going out?
But
And it's kind of like, hold on, though. It's kind of like what you guys are saying, like, you're not really prioritizing, like, your like what you really need, like you don't have to go out, you don't have to darte ciertos lujos or whatever in
Yeah.
order to aparentar lo que no eres, like to show people what you don't have or what you do have,
Trying to be somebody you're not, basically.
exactly. But also, like, for me, like, I'm just speaking for myself, if my man doesn't have it, porque I know a lot of people that start from like the bottom, they don't really have nothing, they don't have, that big high source of income, which is understandable, some people do, some people don't, I'm not gonna be upset at my nigga, like telling him like, oh, you're broke as fuck, like, sorry, please scratch that up. I'm not gonna be telling
Cancel
him.
Vivi.
I'm not gonna be telling him, or I'm not gonna be telling him shit like, "Oh, you're fucking broke as fuck. Like, you can't even take me here. You can't even take me that. Like, fuck no.
You're
Like,
not gonna make
as
him feel like shit.
exactly no.
Like,
Period. Absolutely not. Why? Because as a woman and as a girl, I'd be like, you know what? How can we find more ways in order to be up there and make more money so we can go out and have these fucking nice dates? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be fucking telling you like, nah, you're a fucking broke ass nigga. You can't even fucking take me to McDonald's. You can't even fucking take me anywhere fucking nice. Like, fuck that. I don't want you. But there is also other females that are gonna fucking make you feel like shit. And I don't know.
I'm saying there's a lot of like, let's say you can say how you said, you can be an exception to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
You were raised up differently, but reality nowadays, there's a reason that video is going
Oh
viral,
yeah,
because there's
no,
a lot of
100%.
girls that are like that.
No, and I understand that because there is, and I know personally myself, like I do have a few friends that are like, oh, like my man's broke all the time, like this and this. It's like, okay, well, like why the fuck are you complaining? Like, if you don't want to be with him because he's broke, then don't fucking be with him. If you want something else for yourself and you want somebody who's gonna supposedly fucking spoil you and do all this shit for you, then fucking go for it. You can either choose that route or you can either choose the route where you're fucking helping your man physically, emotionally, whatever it is, to fucking help him be up there, and you guys can both fucking grind that shit out and be making a fucking good ton of fucking money. You know what I mean?
All I gotta say, this shit that's weird, because I've seen people, or like I've known people that as a guy, they'll basically take a girl out and everything, and take her out for a nice weekend
Right.
overall. But in reality, they're broke. Like as a homie, I'm like, hey, dude, let's go eat over here. Like, nah, bro, I can't. I'm broke. Like, I don't
And
got
they
money
go and
this
spend
and
that
that.
money
But
with
they're
their girl.
flexing with their girl. They're flexing with their girl. They'll take them to, let's say, nice places, Aspen or whatever.
Yeah.
But in reality, like the next day, hey, bro, let's go over here. Nah, dude, I don't got money or something like that,
Yeah.
like, and everything. And that's when I'm like, dude, and shit like that. So,
But also, don't let that kind of fool you though, because, well, okay, I understand. Hold on, I understand where you guys are coming from, but also
no, it's because
también.
I've seen guys do that.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand where you guys are both coming from, where you can see it, because I see it sometimes too. Pero también a veces he conocido, like, I've known a lot of people where they pretend to be broke and not go out in order to be, like, hustling and stacking that money up. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
That does make sense. But then I think
Or like
my
what kind of
my
are you
like
directing
well, like
it to?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, no, like my take too is like if you have you're seeing a girl for so long already,
Hmm.
and like you've been like I think it's all about how you start. To
Right.
begin with, like if you're taking her out on nice dates all the time, like then she's gonna
Get accustomed
she's
to
gonna
that.
get be like, oh, we're always gonna go out on nice dates, like he's got it like that. And I think like a problem with some guys too is like they don't want to
Lose.
they don't want to lose, but they don't want to have the girl know that like he's having problems, like with
Hmm.
money problems. Like
That's
he's like, you
very
know what?
true.
He's like, you know what? I'm still gonna take you out. I'm gonna put it on the credit card. You're not gonna like she has no idea that this guy that's his last, say $20. And
Hmm.
he took her out, his last $100. Took her out on this nice date. She has no idea that that was his last $100 till the end of the pay, like the pay, paycheck, next paycheck. And I think nowadays maybe some guys have like a problem with it too. Like, oh, they're taking girls out all the time,
Yeah.
nice fancy dinners, yada yada yada. But in reality, like how Lucas was saying, like they don't got it like that. Like you
Yeah.
should be worried about making more money or like,
Yeah.
But I feel like at the same time too, it kind of like it's like guy math, It's the video that you sent me on TikTok. It was like a guy math is basically buying an expensive car and then forcing yourself to make more money.
Exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
in that scenario, like at least me as a guy after that I was like, you know what, I need to make more. Like
Yeah.
I'm like I need to hustle more.
Yeah.
So it like kind of forces you to like the next level.
Be better. Yeah.
It like forces
And
you.
I like that because it's like, not well, nowadays everything's fucking going sideways and shit, like people think differently, like whatever it is, but that's actually a really good thing that you guys think that way, like guy math or whatever,
Yeah.
because
Girl
you're
math.
hustling more, like you want more for yourself, not just only, and I'm not just saying this only like for dates, but like as
For
in
anything,
as
like,
in yourself personally.
yeah.
You're like, fuck, like if I can't whatever, like if I can't even take this girl on a date and I'm fucking living paycheck to paycheck, or these are the last $200-$300 that I spent on this girl, and what the fuck, like what am I gonna do for next date? Like fuck no. Like your mentality is like, I need to make more, I want to hustle more, I want to better myself more. Like
I think there's like a point where like you can open up your eyes like as a guy, and you're like, you know what, I'm tired of living poor or broke, like you want something. Well,
in reality,
no,
I'm
saying there are some guys that do that. Like they open up their eyes and you're like, you know what, I don't want to live like this no more. Like I want to live like comfortably. Not worry about my money problems, because everything, like if in reality, all this, going out on dates, taking a girl out 6 months, whatever, this yada yada yada, it's all about money. It's literally the money is the root of the problem. Like but
money does play a really big factor
in everything.
in everything. Yeah, it's not just relationships.
Yeah, you don't.
But
Even
everything
if you
in
don't want to
general.
say it, it really does.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you guys 100%.
And like for me,
cash rules everything.
no, for
no,
me,
yeah,
I'm telling you, there's another take. I bully people or like friends or whatever, but for me, it's like for the best of them. That's why I try to get my friends to go to the gym, my friends to fucking make more money or work harder,
like be
for
healthier
the same reason,
it's
for the same reason. Para
It's like tough love.
esforzarlos,
es como dice el dicho,
Yeah.
like you, como dice el dicho, ya ando pedo, like, como dice la gente, like surround yourself with people who are gonna want to not only better themselves but better your surroundings. Like if you hang out with bums or girls who don't do shit, like
you're gonna
all the time, that are drinking and
like
that are
that.
smoking
Yeah.
and that are doing bad and they don't want nothing for the future, you're gonna be like, even if you say you don't, you're gonna be following that same route. Why? Because you're hanging out with them every day, you're spending, you're doing all this stuff, and then at the end of the day, when it comes to you actually wanting to do something for yourself, you don't have money saved up, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have anything that you're looking forward to. But when you surround yourself with people who actually want to better themselves, who actually want a future, who actually are pushing you to become a better person in life, then that's when you're gonna because it's kind of like, es como yo siempre he dicho too, like I don't envy people. Like yo no soy envidiosa. Like I'm never gonna be like, oh well, why does this person have this and I don't? It's like, no bro, like people work hard for their shit. And it's kind of going back to like an NBA player, a baseball player, fucking whoever, like famous people, like they didn't just fucking wake up and be famous. They didn't fucking like you have to work hard for your shit. And the more that you surround yourself with people who want to better themselves and want to see you better yourself, like it only gets better from there in reality. Like
como dice Wiz Khalifa, work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, I have
you're canceled.
This was whatever, let me be. All right. This was the first question, just so you
Black
guys
and
know.
yellow, black and yellow.
Second question: does it matter where you're taking a girl on a date? Because now it's like, it's like you're gonna take her out to, like, Starbucks, how you said, or you're
Mhm.
gonna take her out to Aspen,
Okay, so look,
fucking
I'll
5-star restaurant.
so I'll keep this like answer short. It's like how I said. It's all about how you start off. If you take a girl to Chipotle or like somewhere like lower class, even like a local restaurant, it's like I think it should be good enough because I mean you're still taking her out. You're going for the good food. It's like good food, and you're just trying to get to know her.
It's
If
the
you
act of
yeah,
courtesy.
it's like if you take for me, I've never like known why. I mean, maybe if you got it like that, you got it like that. Hey, respects to you. But like taking out like the girl you meet first date, whatever. Take her out on a bougie ass restaurant, like restaurant trip. Go 5-star restaurant, 3-course meal, whatever it may be. Oh, thank you. The girl dips on you, like
Yeah.
ghosted. Like, dude, for me, I've never like real like why take this girl out that you don't even know,
Uh-huh.
like to a restaurant that's like
Right.
so high end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because now you kind of give her like a bit like, oh, you know what, I deserve this all the time, but that's just me. I think you start off where you're comfortable at, I would say, like even like a local restaurant.
And you're saying it in the aspect where like how you're saying like comfortably, and then you kind of like whatever how you guys said 6 months in, like you kind of
Like what you can
get a
yeah,
feeling and a know for this person that you're
yeah,
like, okay, you know what? Now that I feel a little bit more sustainable or in a better situation, you would, kind of go above and beyond for that person,
yeah,
for your girl, or like, okay, you know what? Like maybe not even like passing the test or whatever, but like, okay, maybe, like si aguanto, like
yeah,
whatever,
and
like it
yeah,
doesn't care, she doesn't care where we go, whatever
yeah,
it is, like you would overlook and overgo that step where you're like, you know what, like maybe I think it's time for a fancy
yeah,
dinner or whatever,
like
things like
yeah.
that kind of sort of thing. Okay, cool.
What's your take on that one? As a girl now, do you value, let's say, the place that the guy's taking you to, or yeah, do you value that overall? Do you
Oh
want,
yeah.
like, do you really care about, like, the place that he's taking you to?
Oh no, not at all.
I
Go ahead.
no,
No, no,
you
no,
good.
go
No,
ahead,
no,
go
no.
ahead. No, no,
Well,
no, finish and then I'll go.
no. Well, I think like if take me, like
Good.
I don't think it matter. Like even we can attest to this. It doesn't matter like the place. It just matters the people, and how Vivi was saying
You saw
earlier.
my post,
Yeah,
right? You
and
saw my
and if
post.
Vivi and how Vivi was saying earlier, it's like if the vibe is right, you're gonna vibe with that person.
Mhm.
It's like you can go to the park,
Mhm,
whatever, have like a little picnic, cheap, date.
mhm.
But if the vibe, like how Vivi said earlier, like if you're vibing with that person, it's like
It doesn't matter. For
it's like your
me,
company.
yeah, like for me, it doesn't matter, because I'm not, the way I see it is if I'm going on a date with somebody, I'm getting to know you. I'm not getting to know the fucking place that you're taking me out to eat, where the fuck you take me out to eat. Like at least for me, that's the least of my worries. Why? Porque como yo digo, like if you're taking me on a date, like for me, that's enough that you're even fucking thinking about the fact that you're like, fuck, like I really want to take this girl on a date. For me, that's everything. Not a lot of girls think the same where like, well, fuck, like he took me to fucking Chick-fil-A on my first date. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm worth so much more than that. Like, nah, girl,
That's
like,
when, like, the girl
calm the fuck
entitlement
down.
comes in.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly. That's where the entitlement comes in. Going to go like every girl's different. Every girl thinks totally different than what I think. But for me, I always think it's the little things. The fact that you're even thinking about me, the fact that you're like, fuck, like I really want to take this girl on a date, even if it's the slightest thing. For me, it doesn't matter because I'm getting to know you, who you are as a person. And from there, like, if the vibe fits, the fucking vibe fits. And si tú no tienes, y yo si tengo, like, fuck it. Like, that's what we're getting to know each other for. Like, I'm going to be there si tú no tienes, whatever the fucking scenario is, whatever it is, like I don't fucking care. Shit, fucking take me out for some chicken nuggets, bro. Like just get me ranch and buffalo sauce. Like I'm good.
Send them where she's at.
Like nah, like for real. But there
Yeah.
is other bitches where like how you said in the sorry, I'm fucking going a little too extreme with my words, but how
Okay.
how you say with like the video, for example, like, oh, I got dressed up so nicely for you and you're fucking taking me to, where did she say, Starbucks or whatever?
Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks.
Like, girl, fuck, like be fucking grateful. Like you never fucking know if that's your man's last fucking $2,000, like you were saying earlier. Like you don't fucking know that. And the fact that like this girl in the fucking video was like, oh well, like I'll dress up nice for you and this, and you're just taking me to start like, bitch, be fucking grateful. Because there is other people out, I mean other girls who would fucking die for anybody to take him to Starbucks, or die for anybody to be like, oh, let me go on a date with you, or type of shit, you know? Like, but again, this is just my perspective. Not every girl thinks the same, but for me, fuck yeah, like take me wherever the fuck you want. And 6 months in from now, if you want to fucking take me to fancy dinner, fuck it, let's fucking do it, you know, type of thing. If we have to fucking go half and half, fine. Like, you know, like the fact that you even thought about me and even put effort into taking me out to dates and not even fucking let me pick up a check for fucking 6 months straight, like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like, let me fucking spoil you. Let me fucking do whatever the fuck that you want me to do for you, because you're fucking putting that effort and that time. Like, yeah, like you're fucking putting in time to me. So why the fuck would I not want to put time into you, type of shit, you know? Like, but that's just the way I think.
What do you think, Liz?
Yo pago por todo. Ah.
Nah, like I said, for me, honestly, haven't really gone to like, you know, fancy ass like little places or whatever. Not too, maybe.
What?
Little,
We went to Matsu. What are you talking about? Well, that's not that fancy,
pay,
right?
Yeah, I didn't pay all the way.
Tell me.
What?
I didn't fully pay. We shared.
Yeah,
Yeah, but anyways, for me, like I said, I mean, yeah, there's places that I've, you know, paid and maybe balled out or whatever. But like for me, it's not really more about that. For me, it's more like the experience, more of the vibe. And I'm telling you, like, you know, for me, like I said, it's more of the vibe. It's not really about the place or whatever. Cause like for me, like how you said, like me and you, like, you know, we had the best ass times fucking buying the cheapest shit or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, you know, even drinking wise or whatever, we've gone like, you know, I bought like, you know, $200 bottles, but then I've gotten $50 bottles and it's the same shit, you know, or even funner.
Not even that.
Or even
like
hotels,
20
like, you
bucks,
know,
dude, like 20
I've gotten a
bucks.
$500 hotel compared to like a $100 hotel.
Like,
It's like it's more of the experience.
dude, yeah, it's
But
like
yeah,
the memory. Yeah, just the
it's
memory.
about the memories for me. I mean, there's girls that are like that, and if it's a girl like that, it's like a red flag. You know, you don't want that kind of person.
Like if you want
Girls, it's like the prettier girls, or whatever, that feel like they're entitled, but it's like in reality, you don't really want them and shit like that. That's why we're all like, you know, hot take or whatever. I wouldn't, you know, if a girl's like that and she's like, let's say a 10, I would rather say fuck that, like, you know, get a fucking 7 or, you know, a 6 or whatever. As long as the vibes are good, you're good.
You're
You
gonna
know?
downgrade yourself like that?
Well,
no,
looks.
no,
That's looks
no,
wise.
that's
Well,
That's
like not even
look-wise.
downgrade, but
it's
like,
not even that too. But it's like, okay, you can have like the pretty, like the baddest bitch, you know, whatever it may be, but she's stuck up and like
Yeah,
stubborn and
for
you know,
me-
like
okay.
entitled.
for
you know,
me,
like for me, I'd
I'd be like, hey,
nah,
fuck you,
yeah,
bitch.
you know, like,
You
dude,
know?
nah, hell, like, dude, no,
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
want
for
someone
me.
that like is you're comfortable with and like whatever,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're, you know, yeah, tienes it.
Yeah, verdad.
She's about to choke, guys.
La que no quería.
uh,
Nah, for me, it's honestly like, yeah, I don't really like. For me, that's like a big turn off.
yeah.
mhm.
You know what I mean? And for me,
If they
like,
think they're
you know,
entitled
it's
or
like
something.
something like for me, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. For me, I don't really care. Kicking a girl out.
And let me
that's
just kind
it.
of go off on what you said, that was like a turn off for you. Even for me as a girl, because obviously I have friends, I know people que like they are that way, where I'm like, I myself personally, I look at them, I'm like, baby girl, like you're doing too much, you know, because me da asco, you know, because I'm like, fuck, like you're my friend and you're being this way with your mans, you're treating him this way, like, damn, bitch, like let me humble yourself a little bit, because fuck, like.
So I have another question.
Those kind of people, bro, they might be pretty and this like that. They're fucking broker than fuck, dude.
No,
They
no,
don't got
no, no.
money
And
or
let me
nothing
no,
like
and
that.
let me go
They
off
don't
on
even
that.
got it
No,
like that.
deadass. Like, let me fucking go off on that, because es como dicen, like, quieren aparentar a alguien que no son, like, oh yeah, like they be posting like, oh, I'm the prettiest this, I got that, whatever the fuck. And that's why we say, like, nah, girl, like I'm never gonna fucking post what I have, what I don't have. Why? Because, well, one, I'm fucking humble, but porque like uno puede tener like so much shit, and then like in a blink of a fucking eye or in a snap of a finger, like you don't have shit, you know. And then like son las pinches más bonitas en social media, en Facebook, whatever, and tienen su pinche casa like un desvergue. Like, I'm not talking about myself because I don't fucking live here, but like, but like they just like, what do you have coming for yourself? Like, what are you, you know, like, I
What's
don't
going
know,
for you?
like
Like, what are you working
exactly,
towards?
like
You know? Yeah.
what you think posting a pretty picture or doing this like is gonna
Maybe they
do a
like the
lot for
attention. You
you?
know,
Like
like they like the
what?
attention. Like
Like
maybe they like the compliments. You know, like so like
well,
all
yeah,
those
but
thirsty
it's
guys.
like
Like
fuck. Like as a girl, I'm like, nah, baby girl. Like let me fucking take you here. Like let me fucking
okay.
oh
So
like
look, okay, so what about this? Okay, so what about when like I think it was like a thing going around like a while ago, but guys when they take a girl out on a date, like a real super expensive date, and then they expect something in return at the end of the night.
Wait, what?
guys.
Guys, like okay, a guy will take a girl out, take him to a super fancy dinner,
Shit.
treat her out real good, and then at the end, like, oh, like you're not
They
coming.
expect
You're like,
sex.
yeah, they're like, oh, you're not coming home with me. Like, oh, like what? Like, what do you think? What do you think about that?
What do you think about that? What do you think about that? And then I'll answer. I'll let you guys answer that, and then I'll
Well,
answer
I asked the
because
question,
I want
so
to hear you guys' perspective as guys, and then I'll.
For me, I don't really expect it and everything because, like I said, I do that all the time. Like I pay overall. I don't expect it or anything. It'll be cool, but
no,
but it's nothing to like to expect, because like I said, if it's someone that you really want and really like, let's say, care for or whatever, I wouldn't expect that. Let's say, like even in the
for the
first
first
date or
date,
anything
yeah,
like that,
Right
like
off the bat.
yeah, because that shows me like, damn, like if
she easy,
that happened, yeah,
she's easy.
she easy and shit like that, like
She for
I
the
don't
streets.
mind, yeah,
Interesting.
she's for the streets and everything.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there because now that you brought that up, and you two saying that, oh, she's easy. As a girl's perspective, okay, so I'm not just saying on the first date or whatever. How long, as a guy, because you know how some girls like wait in order to like, give you whatever the fuck they want to give you. Like,
Mhm.
so on the first date, you guys are saying like that would be kind of like, oh, she's easy to me type of thing.
Well, okay, so
Do I make sense on
no,
what
no,
I'm saying? Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah. So you're saying like, okay, if you went on a date with a girl and then she gave it up like that,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
like what would you think of her? You'd be like, oh, you know what, like that was too easy,
Yeah, yeah,
type
yeah.
deal. I would say
Da- da- da-
yes,
da.
kind of, dude. But unless the
But
factor,
if the
the
feeling,
fact,
but if the
but
feeling was mutual and you guys both wanted it,
but the
would you
factor,
still
but
think that
the
she was
fact, yeah,
easy?
I'll say, but the factor would be like how the vibes were. Like
Okay,
if she was feeling you and you were feeling her, it's like, you know what, like
it was a
we're on the same
natural.
page,
Okay,
like
okay.
casi sí, no más. But the thing is, like, if a guy was like, you know what, like, oh, I'm like, a guys are like, oh, dude, I'm trying to smash, whatever, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this and that, and the girl's like, no, like, I just came out here to like try to get to know you, like, I don't know you
Does
like
that
that,
change
like,
your mentality and like your mentality on that girl? Like I'm saying it in the aspect for like how you say like, oh, like if it happens mutually, then it
if it
fucking
happens, it
happens.
happens, right?
But in
If,
like how you said, like
but
if the guy is just trying to smash and the girl's like, you know what, like I just kind of want to
well, I
hold
mean,
off on
I feel
that.
well, I mean, I feel like you should like respect her, whatever she's trying to do,
Right.
like
But
you and a guy, he's thinking differently,
right,
obviously,
but I'm
like
saying it in the aspect when también like you're like your mindset changes where like damn, like this girl really knows how to respect herself. Like this girl really um wants to wait. Does that kind of change your perspective on her? We're like, damn,
for
like
me,
this girl's really
no,
like
for me,
fuck.
I'd be like, you know what, like good for like. I'd be more attracted to her,
Right,
like
yeah,
I'd be
that's
like, you
kind of
know
what
what,
I'm
like
going
I'd be
at.
like, yes, because she's not gonna give that shit up real quick, like
Qué feo, güey.
she
Llegaré bien peda.
she wants somebody to work for it.
Right, right, right.
Like she doesn't just go around and be like, you know what, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go bam,
No, and
bam,
and,
bam,
and I
bam.
was really curious to know that, because I know, whatever it happens. Like if it happens, it happens,
Yeah.
Pero también sé gente que were like you like girls that just kind of throw out themselves. I was like, damn, girl, like me personally, I'd be like, I'm a little shy or whatever. Like, damn, take me out on a date first, or like
Maybe they just want, to get
yeah, but it's like fuck, like some of these men, like
maybe they just need that appointment, like
bueno, cheers.
that. All right. Comprar agua.
Te pasas de verga.
All right,
All
well,
right, me and Angel, cheers,
well,
I guess.
here, well, that is. I think that's.
What?
Did you have anything else to?
Yeah, I
else to say?
did, but let's just cheers and take a shot.
All right, well.
Try to escape.
All right,
this dude.
last comments, guys, and then we're gonna end it. Cheers. Oh hell no.
Okay, Phil, we definitely should have put that in the fridge. If I fuck up tonight, guys, I blame you. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm actually really glad that you guys. Well, I want to hear your intake as well, but I just wanted to ask because I have a lot of friends, and just like as a girl's perspective, and for like girls too, like who are watching this fucking podcast, like I'm, I don't know if you guys think the same way or whatever, but I'm sure you guys have your questions, and
Give us
as
your
men
takes.
too,
Start commenting your guys' takes on shit
and
like
as
this.
guys too,
You
like
guys
what
tell
do
us
you guys
privately, but
think?
you guys don't
Like
comment on it.
exactly, you guys need to fucking comment
Se pasan de
because
verga. I'll fuck you guys
y'all
up.
can't
I know where you
have
guys
us
at.
doing these fucking giveaways and not fucking commenting.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And we're gonna give $100. $100. Really, nigga? Goddamn, nigga. All right. Anyways.
stop saying that.
All right. Last thoughts, and then yeah.
All right,
We'll
so
cut it.
my take on this one, the one that you were saying is, yeah, it's really when a girl kind of like gives it to you the first night, it's kind of like a red flag. It's like, how many fucking guys have you done this to before?
Mhm.
There might be vibes and everything, but like still, it's still like a big like red flag. Even like one of my coworkers was like, dude, I was dating this girl for like fucking 10 years, and she gave me to me the first night. That's the only reason I fucking didn't marry her. And I was like, damn, that's crazy.
You're
And I was like,
lying.
no, swear to God.
That's
And
why.
I'm like, you really do have to. And like I said, there's another controversial take, but I
Cállate.
do value like a girl's like body count and shit like that.
Right.
Because I think that is important. Girls get
Oh yeah.
attached and shit like that. And I mean, there's a reason that fucking girls go to their ex all the fucking time, like because of they get attached and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they hit it, they get attached.
Right.
So in reality, I mean, there is like a time limit too.
I think it goes both ways with the attachment though, because it's not just girls. Because if you've been there for such a long time, like no es like the well, yes, it's
Well, it's emotional
attachment.
too.
It's attachment, pero también es como like la costumbre. Like you're so accustomed to that lifestyle where like, oh well, if I need to, like for example, my friend earlier, what he was saying, like how he was saying, like it's not just a girl's thing too, it's a guy's thing too, where like te pones like te prendes and whatever, and like you want your needs and you fucking fulfill them, and then what do you do? Like la otra morra like se queda toda like triste or whatever. And same thing for girls, because I'm not just saying that guys do this, girls do the same thing where you go, you whatever, you spend your 5 minutes and ya se acabó, and then it's like what are you fulfilling out of that? You know what I mean? Like what are you getting out of that? Nothing. Why? Because it's that es la costumbre que uno tiene, like after so many years and after whatever it is. But it's like for me it's like, nah bro, like in that case was might as well just go a different route, not even fucking waste my time, not even fucking waste your time type of shit.
My take is, if you actually like the girl and everything, she gives it like right away, that's a red flag. If you actually like the girl and it takes time, it don't matter, whatever. But I know that there is guys too that there's like a time limit. If there's like 3-4 months and you're like only talking to that
Still
person,
dry.
they're gonna get it elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's fucking
what do you
guys
mean
do.
elsewhere?
Another girl. They're gonna get another girl on the side that they don't care about, but they're still gonna get it.
So you're saying that if
a guy doesn't get it from you, like say you're first starting to talk
Let's
or whatever,
say you're talking to him
if,
and there's emotional attachment, whatever. Even though he hasn't gone in there and everything, a guy's still gonna get it elsewhere.
He's gonna go
guy
find
has needs.
if he's
Find
not
it
getting
somewhere else.
If he's not getting it from you, he's gonna find it somewhere else.
Okay, and then now this is my question to you guys, how you guys are saying this.
Yeah.
So
that was the last question, but okay.
What? No, I know. Sorry, we're running like short on time. But so how you guys said this. So not even saying like the max, but what do you guys consider, like not even on the first date, but like let's say you just went out on the first date with this girl today. 4 months, 6 months from now pass on and she still hasn't given you anything. You're telling me that you're gonna go look for that somewhere else?
It's kind of a red flag, I'd say. It's a red flag too.
It's a red flag that the girl's not giving you anything?
Yeah. If it's more like, let's say you're talking to the girl more than like 3-4 months and she hasn't given it to you, it's a red flag because she has needs too. And there's girls that will get it elsewhere too.
That is true. Well, I mean, I think this is why we're different too. Because me personally, I have waited 6 months for it.
Yeah.
6 months. Like I was dating a girl 6 months. He dry as a bone,
okay,
buddy.
And how you say like you waited 6 months.
Yeah.
For you, like waiting those 6 months, does that make you feel good in the aspect where you're like, fuck, like this girl really wanted to get to know me. This girl really waited.
Good and
or
bad.
where like estabas like bien pinche impaciente a la chingada, where you're like,
well,
fuck,
no,
like.
I mean, it was obviously when I was like a lot younger. Back then, all you were like, oh, like.
Calenturiento,
yeah, dude, you're like, but
I need to get
was
this
like,
out of my system.
yeah, but I was like, it was like, whatever. At
I
the
feel
time.
like girls, just kind of like based off of what you said, like saying that's a red flag. I know some girls, like, hay unas mujeres que like luego they're like, like
Say no more.
say no more, like give me whatever the fuck you need to give me type of shit. But there's also those other girls where like, you know what, like they really take their body count or who they present their body to very seriously.
Yeah.
Like does that still do you still
Look,
think that's a red flag?
look, it's because there's been times that I like, I've waited before. I waited
Mhm.
before for a good amount of time, and later on they switch up and they don't even like let you say. I never even like let's say done it with them or anything. They switch up and they go with someone else. That's why I do think that it is a red flag.
What if they were waiting for you to make the first move?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, honestly, I mean,
But well, no,
generally,
No, that's
that's
actually
a
a
good
very
question.
good
Though. It's like,
question
what
because
if
yeah.
girls like move on because the guy doesn't make the first move?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be like the alpha, you're supposed to be making
man or
you're supposed
whatever.
to be
nowadays,
making
okay, I'm gonna tell you
the
this.
interaction,
For me personally, I don't make the first move
But que
because
no, tú eres
nowadays,
alpha y todo, no
I
que
know I
no?
am, but nowadays, how crazy shit is nowadays. Like, let's say the our accusations and shit like that and everything. It's safer not to fucking do this first move, dude.
Okay, well, look,
Like that's why a lot of influencers and everything. That's why they get in those cases.
No,
okay, but that's different though.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
this is
different, though.
you, somebody that we're like,
And,
like
We're barely
yeah,
starting type of shit.
yeah.
Like you're gonna wait for the girl to make the first move. Like to me, I can tell you
Look.
that. No, hold on. I can tell you this as a girl. To me, that sounds kind of silly.
Uh-huh.
Because yes, like I can obviously like kiss you, I can whatever the fuck it is, but it's like for me as a woman, like nosotras como mujeres a veces like we do wait for the man to make the first move. Why? Because I'll tell you this as a girl, like sometimes like we don't want to make for certain girls, not just whatever. For some certain girls, we're like, well, fuck, like when is he gonna like
when is he
put
gonna
his hand on me?
yeah.
When is he gonna do this to me? Like when and why we don't want to do that and we don't want to reflect that on you because then we think that you're gonna be like, oh well, she probably thinks that like or he probably thinks that I'm a hoe or that I'm this or I'm that
or is it that girls are scared of getting rejected?
honestly some of that too.
También.
Girls
Yeah.
don't get rejected overall.
You'd be surprised though. You'd be surprised because I have a lot of friends that like have tried to make that first move and the guys are like, what the
Like,
fuck?
oh,
Most guys won't. I'll tell you, most guys won't.
That's true.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, most guys won't, and the reason is because
They're horny.
no, well, how you said, guys don't really value like that sexual experience as much as girls do. So guys, like how they said, they're come on. There's like a saying, like that nigga's gonna hit whatever, lo que pegue,
Lo que toque.
Yeah, lo que toque va a tocar,
Pinche vaso
and
de
shit like
hielo.
that. And like, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. And I don't know. It like I said, personally for me, I try not to like, make the first move and shit like that because it's like
That's what he says.
it's what is it called? I don't know, it feels like our vibes, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I don't know what you mean. And I'm sure Angel does not know what you mean.
what,
I
you
don't know,
want me to
just
say the
like
word?
Yeah.
Spell it out.
It's a fucking
There's-
podcast.
Like rape vibes or some shit
Yeah.
like that. When the guy, it's because girls.
Pero mira, te
There's
voy a
girls
decir
that
algo.
look.
No, pero espérate.
You'll start it first and everything,
Yo sé.
and then they regret it or some shit like that.
It's
And they
not
play
even
the victim.
regret. It's not even regret or playing the victim. Like, es como, like, mi mamá me dice, like, el hombre no llega hasta donde la mujer no quiere. So, like, if the girl doesn't want to, like, she's gonna just tell you right off the bat, like, you know what, like, I don't want to, whatever. And that doesn't mean that's, like, a sign of, like, she not wanting you. It's just, like, maybe she doesn't feel comfortable in her own skin. Maybe she has traumas or maybe she has past things that she's gone through where she doesn't feel comfortable in that aspect of you touching her, of you, whatever it is. And I tell you this from, my own personal experience, I'm just saying this because, yeah, maybe you guys don't know this, whatever it is. I'm just going to speak this out there because I know there's a lot of girls that hold it in. I was sexually abused. That shit did happen to me. So you do have those traumas. You do have that, that kind of like, como te digo, like, you have that kind of no miedo, but you're just you hold yourself
You're just
back because
traumatized.
Well,
yeah,
that's
you're
what I'm saying though.
traumatized.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As a guy,
But
you're
why
like,
is that a
este,
problem?
because there's girls that are gonna play a victim, or later on, like let's say that next day, they're gonna be like regret or whatever, and
Oh,
that's when it gives
But
them the
well,
like. I'm telling you,
no, no, no.
there
So,
was
so
like,
the thing is no, no. The thing is, dude, is like we have seen people like that we know, that get put on blast and shit like that
yeah,
from one
that's
like
what I'm
from a girl
saying.
that will like put this guy on
Especially around
blast.
here.
Yeah, especially around here. Like there's a girl that'll put someone on blast, and the guy, and then
I think I know who you guys are talking about.
well, we're not talking
You don't
about
fucking say
anybody.
nothing.
We're not saying
No?
anything. We're just saying we know
No.
people. We know
Oh,
people.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I'm
Sorry,
just
I thought
saying
you were
we.
saying. Never
No,
mind.
I'm saying we
Who?
know.
Ignore me.
No, I'm
Cancel
saying
me.
we know people that have that's been happened to them,
Mhm.
and it's like they get put on blast. He or she, whatever, whoever it may be. Like if the shoe fits, like it is what it is.
Mhm.
But they'll put this person on blast, like, oh, this and that, yada yada yada, and then the guy is like did nothing wrong basically.
Mhm.
It's like
Like
the girl
clueless.
is like the girl is making up the story, guy's
Right.
making up the story, vice versa.
No, and I agree because I do know friends and I do know people where they're like, oh, like esto me pasó y que esto y que el otro, and like how you guys say, like they put them on blast, and
But
then
then they'll be with him.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and that I do not fucking tolerate
Yeah.
whatsoever
That's
fucking ever.
the thing I fucking
Because
say about X toxicity or whatever
X
it is the
toxicity, yeah.
stupidest shit ever.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not. I don't
But
think it's X toxicity. Hold on, I know you want
last,
to end this.
come on,
I know you guys want to
come
end
on.
this. I'm sorry, like
Sorry,
we're on a
guys.
time crunch and shit. Sorry, we're making this very extensive, but like
Last
I
thoughts.
don't
Last
think
thoughts.
it's X toxicity. I just think, well, because like I told you guys, like I went through this personally. Like
Mhm.
it did take me a few years. It did take me a lot. Like even till this day, like I haven't really think that I've fully healed from it.
Yeah.
It does hurt, like some certain things where I'm just like fuck, like I do hold myself back, but in the aspect where I'm like, también, like as a woman, you do have to think like not every guy's the same. Not every guy is gonna have the same intention. Not everybody is gonna want to do you, or you want to fucking act crazy and
Yeah.
shit like how you guys said. Like it's really traumatizing, and it's something like if you guys have never really experienced that, like you can't really speak on behalf of somebody else
Yeah.
that has gone through that.
Yeah.
Because it's really not easy, and it's very hard, and it's something that it'll stick with you as a woman forever. Like forever,
But
regardless of the situation. Like that just sticks with you no matter what.
It's just trauma.
But it also just really depends on you as a person as well. Like, and I'm not saying like, and girls, if you have gone through this, guys, whatever it is, I'm here for it. Me speaking personally, but if you don't know how to really heal from that, you're never going to heal from that.
Mhm.
Regardless, it is
Yeah.
very hard, and it takes years, it takes time. Pero también, like, if you've gone through that type of sort of shit and you keep kind of like putting yourself out there in the aspect where people are going to be doing the same shit, like, what? Like,
Yeah.
that just doesn't make any sense to me, type of thing, Like,
Yeah.
you go through all this shit and then you're kind of like basically contradicting yourself. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
All right,
okay,
final thoughts.
I'm
Final
okay.
thoughts. Come on,
Yeah,
end it with this.
because of what she was saying.
End it with this one.
So because she was saying all that, that's why it's hard nowadays as a guy to make like the first move, because like I said, that does happen. There's girls that have been through that, and then you don't want to bring that presentation to yourself, because girls feel vulnerable. Like as a guy,
Right.
they feel like the guy's gonna be bigger with her.
Yeah.
When a guy really presents himself like that, she's not gonna really deny. And if she didn't really want it, it's gonna be, let's say, tough on her, or she's gonna have second thoughts or whatever. Like for me, like I'm telling you, personal experience. Like I had a like I was with a girl, and we were like close to that, and then she tells me that later on, and she starts like crying, and then it's like what the fuck, like
Yeah.
I was like, that's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else. So like,
Yeah.
I'm just better leave you, like,
I see.
like te abrazo y
Yeah.
todo, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's like,
But I also
holding me
think it might have
back.
been also like that she feels comfortable and
She did.
trusts you enough in that aspect to tell you, because I know a lot of girls keep quiet and a lot of girls don't really speak on
Speak out.
that, because it is very hard, and it's very, very, very hard where as a woman, I feel like you get judged so much in the aspect where like, oh, like you're telling me this, you're telling me that, but like I'm sure you wanted it. You get bullied for it.
Look,
But like te dijo en confianza, porque mucha gente, like muchas mujeres, like por ejemplo, like they're not gonna tell you that. Like, and the fact that she told you, maybe it wasn't because she didn't want to, but because she did have that trauma or
Maybe you were
whatever
her
it
safe
is. But you
space.
were
No,
her safe
I
space.
know that
And in
was
the
the
aspect
fact.
that you were just kind of like, oh, like what the fuck? Like maybe that might have
Maybe
put
you
her in a
maybe you took
situation
it the
where
wrong
you're
way.
like,
Like,
what the
No,
fuck?
I know
you
that
know?
was like the fact for sure. I
Yeah.
know she felt space with me, and I know she like
like a
told me
safe
that.
space. Yeah.
But after that, like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm not gonna fucking try to lead more on and shit like that. After
Yeah, but I
that,
feel like
Well, I
in
mean,
That's
that
why-
in
well,
that
that's the
sense,
difference. Well, that's the difference though too. Is like if you were already leading her on, then that's on you.
exactly.
But
exactly.
if you actually wanted something with her, then you would have been like, you know what, like I got you.
Exactly. And that's kind of where I'm coming from, where it's like, oh, I don't know what the fuck to
Wait,
do.
what?
It's like,
No, okay,
No,
look, okay,
because-
look, because
yeah, explain it.
okay, look, for you were like, oh, like I don't want to lead her on. Like, okay, if you're already
well, it
leading
wasn't leading
no,
her
no,
on.
but
It
that-
was more like
that's what
I don't
you
want
said, though.
to
That's what you were saying.
keep going forward. Or
listen,
something.
Linda.
Okay,
Or
well, look,
Linda.
well, that's the thing though. Is like if you're already like, okay, in the beginning, if you got with her to like, I'm just gonna smash and done. If you're leading her on from the beginning and she told you that, and then I think you kind of felt guilt. You're like, oh, dude, like I feel bad.
And
Still
you
No,
cut
leading
it
her
it
on.
off.
wasn't
No, wait,
that,
and
no.
then
No,
you cut
but
it off.
Yeah. Or if you were trying to have something serious with her, and like, you know what, I'm gonna be there for you. Me personally, I'd be like, you know what, like, I'm sorry that shit happened to you, yada yada yada. But like, if you need anything, like, I'm here. Like you make her feel comfortable.
Exactly.
You know,
Because if she's being so vulnerable in that aspect where she's telling you what she's going through and you kind of just
like
No, what
brush
she
it
went
off
through,
and
what
wait,
she
wait,
went
what she went through. Yeah.
I know,
Well,
but it doesn't matter because even though she went through that, she's feeling vulnerable herself, telling you like, hey, sabes que, like, I don't want to take this next step because of so on and so on. And if you just brush it off, as a woman, that just means that you don't give a fuck, that you don't care about how she feels. And I'm not saying you have to make the first move, whatever, none of that bullshit. Like, no, she's having that confidence, that trust with you to tell you. And in that part, as a man that you are, you would be like, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. Like, I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable, whatever. What are the next steps that I have to do in order for you to feel safe, in order for you to not feel like I'm coming at you a certain way? And that doesn't mean that she's thinking that you're some fucking
I drew a
predator.
bad scenario,
Hold
that's
on,
all
no,
I'm
no.
saying.
And it's
Yeah.
not saying that
No,
she's
that wasn't
wait,
the,
wait.
that's the
No.
scenario though.
No, but it's not her thinking that you're a predator or that you're a rapist or whatever the scenario is. It's
Please
just
bleep
more
that
of
out.
like it's
No,
just
it's because
more
I drew my scenario bad because I don't want to throw too much details in it.
no,
That's
but
why
No.
that's
But
where, like,
I-
what you
that's
gave
why I
us,
only gave,
what
like,
you gave us,
little-
what
I
you
know,
gave us,
but-
that's
I
what we're
know,
giving you
that's what I'm
back.
saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as a woman, like, you kind of want to create that safe space between you and that other man. Like,
Like
you
she
know,
felt
like
she felt comfortable.
she felt comfortable telling you, y para que tú le digas, like, you hold off and you're like, fuck.
Well,
like,
we don't know what he said or
I
did,
for
like,
sure
like,
didn't do
whatever,
like
you know,
that.
exactly.
Yeah,
no,
no,
And
it's-
I'm not saying that
yeah,
you
yeah.
But
did.
these
And
are
I'm
our
not saying that
thoughts.
you did, but this is just my
Our
That's
thoughts.
no. That's
And
I'm
there's
getting myself.
people
Yeah.
and there's people that do it that way and where they just fucking brush it off completely. Pero también es como que, like, una mujer, like, si te dice, like, and she feels comfortable, like, I want you to make me feel safe. I want you to make me feel like, okay, what are the next steps in order for, like, if you're touching her, if she's touching you, like, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. She doesn't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So what are we going to do in order for me not to have that trauma response or
It's just all
whatever it
communication.
is? Exactly.
Yeah.
Pero
Anyways,
that's
guys.
all, yeah.
guys, we have so much more to talk about, but like maybe we'll save it for the next one, the next episode. A ver qué pedo.
Tengo que ir a trabajar bien peda.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. If you stayed till the end, comment down below. We need
Giveaway.
more. We need you guys to be more interactive with us.
Active.
And
Well,
giveaway
in the
is
next episode.
Next episode. So make sure you guys comment a topic right on this one and YouTube. You guys have to comment a topic on any video. We can see what comments you guys bring in, and we're gonna get everybody's whoever comments a topic.
And advice.
Topic or
too,
drink.
like,
Topic or drink.
What do you
Topic or
guys
drink,
think?
yeah.
Like, what do you guys want us to talk more about? Because we've just been going like back
Yeah,
and
we'll
forth,
we
kind
would
of.
like to talk about
Random.
everything.
Random.
Yeah, we're pretty
Like,
open,
You
but
guys wanna
like,
talk politics?
I want to talk about the oceen.
Uy,
Oh,
yo
that's good.
también, yo
Or
también. Next topic.
NASA spotting something from the satellite. Have you guys seen that?
Thank you.
No.
A big snake?
All right,
No?
we'll talk about
Guys,
it.
no, we're gonna talk about it next time though. Whatever you
guys.
guys want to hear.
Should we take another
This is
shot?
taking a
No,
shot.
no,
I'm down.
Wait, should we take another shot?
What?
Before we leave? Yeah.
Oh,
Go to work.
Pour.
Alright, guys.
I'm
See
going
how
to
it
work,
is.
Go to
guys,
work,
but
but-
honestly, it
Wait.
doesn't even fucking matter
Dedication.
because
Who though?
I'm going to go get drunk at work anyway, so
It's 2:30.
who's even counting? I know, and I still have to get ready,
Pobrecita, que
but
trabajo cargado.
Ay.
Her 9 to
how
5
they're
is so
saying like
tough.
I don't have a 9 to 5, guys. I work at a fucking restaurant and I freaking am working from 4 until 12:30 in the morning, whatever the fuck it is. That's how it is. They have 9 to 5 jobs, which that's fucking great. Pero
I mean,
8 to 5.
8 to 5 actually.
8
Even
to
worse.
5. Pero yeah, guys, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you guys fucking think. What you
Guys,
why
don't
didn't
forget
you fill it
to-
up the way?
Well, guys, don't forget to follow the.
No, I'm just kidding,
all
I'm
our-
just kidding, I'm just kidding.
Guys, don't forget to follow the social medias.
We love
You know,
you.
our YouTube, our Spotify, our app. Hey guys, I don't know if we. I'm pretty sure we mentioned it last time, but Apple Music. We're on Apple Music
Oh, yeah.
or Apple
Oh, wait,
Apple
we are?
Podcasts.
We are?
Apple Podcasts. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Apple
Goddamn.
Podcasts, whatever it may be, guys.
All right.
Follow us,
All right. Let's take a
So-
shot. And then,
guys.
take
Hey,
a shot. What are you doing?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
that was my drink.
You didn't
Pa'l
need it.
centro.
Wait,
Oh, what is it?
Pa'l
What is it?
centro,
Oh, okay,
wait,
What is
no.
it?
Pa-
Pa' arriba,
No,
pa'
pa'
arriba,
arriba,
pa'
pa' abajo,
abajo,
pa' el centro,
pa'
pa' adentro.
adentro.
Let's take a shot, guys. Until the next one.
I hit it here.
Peace out.
Later, guys.
Mic drop.